Hello lovely Aries, thank you so much for joining me, Lorian, with Tones and Tarot. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you this reading, and I'm sorry it's a little bit late. Mercury retrograde, oh my gosh, it's just been absolutely awful. I hope it's been nice to you. But yeah, for me especially, it seems to have wanted to strip everything technology-wise away from me. So it is slightly later, and it will be going maybe into the first week of September, but I'll make sure to make all these readings for September go on early, just in case this happens again. But yeah, let's have a look and see what's coming up for you in what's left of August. If you do want a private reading with me answering your specific questions, the link to my website is below, or you can email me loriantarot@gmail.com. Let's see what's coming through for Aries. Knight of Pentacles, Justice, King of Swords, oh, and the Five of Cups. And at the bottom you have the Sun. That's really good. Yay! Okay. So, let's see what comes through here for you guys. Feels pretty interesting, actually. Okay, so there seems to be a change coming forwards for you, but it's not like a massive one on the outside as much as you may want it to be. It seems to be actually more intimate and more something that you can hold on to rather than like a big life change. So maybe it's a contract, maybe it's signing something new, maybe it's finally completing something and getting the paperwork for you. It could be responsibilities coming back around to you as well, so you actually think, right, I've got this that I can take care of now and I can move forwards here. But first of all, it seems like the Knight of Pentacles is very much about efficiency. You may need to get a routine in place or just kind of compartmentalise your feelings rather than bursting in full steam ahead. It seems like you've been away from something for a while, whether this is a person or a situation. You've been away, you've distanced yourself, and now it feels like you're coming back. Something that really brings forwards your sense of renewal, I think, is the main one here, because you had the Sun, so it feels like you're wanting to gain your freedom and maybe a little bit more vitality. Certainly you should be the freest you've had in quite a long time, but this is, I think, is basing your next stages. You're building up your next stages. I do think there's a lot of power coming in here, but this is basically, I think, needing that efficiency, needing that connection to what your mind and heart are telling you to do. It's just a case of putting your dedication into something that makes sense rather than something that just feels flighty or feels like it's not, or feels like it's more an impulsive decision. I think it's kind of saying rein yourself in a little bit. Don't go into, yes, okay, I'm going to go along with this. I think it just has to be more of a focus for you, just to make sure that you're not going everywhere. So Justice, again, it could be about new contracts or responsibilities. I think this mainly is about cause and effect. You have a cause, how do you affect that? That kind of thing. But mostly I have this feeling that there's a lot of generosity that's missing from something. There's a lot of, oh, you need to do this by the book, here are the rules, and if you don't meet all the rules, you're going to be shoved out or something like that. That's for some of you, but others, I think that you are meeting the rules especially well, and you're doing what you need to do. Maybe you are studying something, maybe you are focusing on something, and you just want everything to be signed off. It could also be things turning in your favour. I think for some of you who have been fighting the good fight for a qualification, an assignment, a promotion, a justice thing, you know, like for instance, protection or something like that, you get something to you. I think also, though, some of you may be dealing with other people's karma, and to be honest, that can be more frustrating than dealing with your own, because it's not your fault. And it's not anything that you have done, but people close to you may be dealing with some crap that essentially drags you into it. And you're there going, but what has this got to do with me? You know, and I think that's something that's kind of difficult for us sometimes, because we look at it going, well, this isn't mine. I haven't done anything to do with this. It's not you. It's other people's karma that's coming in to teach them a lesson, but you're kind of flung in along with it. And that can sometimes be difficult to handle. This could also be concerning this air sign person, so Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra person. I feel like this is very much to do with your synchronicity, but it could be somebody who's clear thinking, very intellectual. On the other hand, it could be to do with somebody who is in law enforcement or lawyer, or somebody who sees the other side of the argument, is very good at communicating the opposing view, or something that's something that just feels very strong-minded towards you. I do feel like there's an achievement coming through for sure, and the mind of this and the intensity of this, I think this is basically giving you to different academic degrees. So it could be that you're going up in the world of university or another learning curve, or it could just be the university of life, you know. But I do think that there's something coming through here that says this person will help you. Be mindful if this person actually shows, aggression sometimes, or kind of the way they say things is just very blunt. That's just the way they are. I don't think it's intended to offend. And that, I think, is something that you need to take care of as well. But also, if you do feel like you're set upon by this person or somebody like this person, it could be that you just need to take a look at your achievements rather than your failures. Because maybe you focused on, but all my relationships have been crap, or all my things have been crap and I never get anywhere. Well, there's some good things going for you, because you can see it here. So just kind of focus on the things that are good. And I'm going to get a clarifier for that one in just a second. Okay, so you have the 6 of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. And at the bottom, of course, it was the Sun. So this is about feeling, this is about feeling free. This is about having that enlightenment, that vitality to get out there. And also there's a little bit of reassurance that you are on the right path, even though sometimes it may feel like you're not. So let's see. The 6 of Pentacles, along with the Knight, I think this is basically giving back. You will have the ability to give generously and to reinvest your time into people who have invested their time to you too. And I think that's a very strong thing that you can achieve, in that you bring forwards your connection. You have that ability to just kind of balance yourself in the best way, rather than kind of go topsy-turvy and then, eliminate the other side of yourself. You just kind of push the goodness of yourself out the way. That's not the right thing. So I do think that you will be giving back, but just make sure to retain a little bit of yourself, because if you have been stagnant, a decision should be made soon. If you have wondered which direction to go, you'll suddenly see it. Make sure that your head and your heart are in unison here. I do think that's very important, but this is all about your choice. If you have been in stalemate, I think this is going to give you the right connection in order to make that decision. But this guy here, I did not anticipate this. So the 3 of Swords, it could be that this is heartbreak, separation from this person. It could be you've had a little bit of a difficulty. It could also be that you've had some illnesses or some grief or some issues with that person, with this wedge between you. Not necessarily romantic either. It could be a brother or a workmate or something. But it does certainly feel like you have this issue with people kind of trying to tell you what to do, where it's just kind of your natural life path. And it could be the fact that, somebody else's advice is cutting right through the middle and you can't see straight when it comes to this person. So it could also be this person comes in and gives you the trouble, like, oh God, another opinion to add to my list. Or it could be that they help clarify. So there's lots of different layers and ways that that person can actually apply to this one. For some of you, it will be separation from them. For others, it will be clarifying. For others, it will be just adding to your confusion. If you can, move that away. I think the Two of Wands is very good to end on, because you do have the progress and discovery. So even though you've had all this issues with yourself and maybe the strife from previous issues and stuff like that, your purpose is coming back. Your higher self is coming back. You've had the concept, the trial, the tribulation. You're going into something better now. And I think you can grasp hold of the idea, the seed of the idea, and work at it this month despite anything that's coming at you. Let's see what the Earth Magic Oracle deck has to say. Whoa. Well, alright, I'll give you that one and this one. So we have Earth Magic and Strength. So this is a very good pairing, really. I feel like there's a good sense of understanding here for you. You can sometimes be so in your head that you forget to ground yourself. The good thing that I think to do is maybe do a tree meditation. There's one on YouTube, and it's basically that you feel that you are a tree and you grow with that tree. That's a kind of earth magic. You need to figure out your roots and understand that nature has its own magic and its own purpose. And also the strength of mountains. You know, sometimes people can say, oh, you're stubborn as a mountain. But they've stood the test of time. They've been battered, they've been belted with weather and people trying to climb them and conquer them and everything. They've been here for millennia and they'll be here after we're gone. And I think that that's something that's, you know, standing the test of time, having that strength, having that patience, and just knowing that you are going within yourself in order to get out the other side. And I think that's really important for you to remember maybe this month, considering we are going through a pretty tough time universally. But I do hope that you're feeling good this month. Again, if you would like a private reading from me, all the links you need are below. If you want to support the channel but can't afford a reading, you can also buy me a coffee. But I do wish you the absolute best of luck for the rest of the month. Do take care, Aries, and I'll speak to you guys soon.